a lot of the sounds, you can feel them as well as listen to them. Obviously, this game is very focused on the audio experience, which, for accessibility reasons, that's not perceivable by everyone. So we wanted the player to be able to sort of experience the sound, even if they're not able to hear it. The way the PS5 controller works is it's basically like an audio bus that takes frequencies from 500 hertz and below. So if you pitch things down into sort of like the vibration range, you can feel all these sounds, like the cricket chirping, you feel it buzzing when the chirps happen. Also, when you record the sound, you get the sound as haptic feedback in the controller to sort of add to the sort of tactile nature of experiencing the sound.
We kind of give clues to the player through haptic feedback. So we had the sounds and so especially the keepsakes routed to a Wise Motion bus. So whenever you are close to a collectible and you take your recorder in hand, the controller will vibrate, And so it also has an attenuation curve, so the closer you are, the more it vibrates. And it is especially interesting on PS5 because we have all that more sophisticated haptic feedback. So the controller also vibrates in the direction where the sound is. So for example, if the sound is to your left, then the left part of the controller will vibrate more. So you can also aim at the important sound in the environment with the help of the haptic feedback.
I've heard sounds that can heal the mind. It feels like this noise would do the opposite.
Is that a what are they called? What is it?
Operating on all the different levels of sensation that we have at our disposal. And this idea that you're using audio to drive that, I think, is so key because the care you've put into the sound, right, is not the kind of thing that you would want to recreate outside of the audio system. So being able to just leverage it as part of your tool set, send that audio stream, and even get positional information is just a great way to not only lend itself to the sound, but as you were mentioning, help guide people with their senses.
What are you doing here? It is some moment we got going here. But what kind of stuff are you recording? Nature. I love it. The valley would be a good place to use those tools.
Yeah, I think it really brings a lot to the experience, being able to feel like the sounds. But this part also took a lot of work because some sounds are just not working, as is. When you send them to the motion bus, they just don't produce, interesting vibration, or the vibration actually don't feel like, what you are hearing. So some sounds, it was okay, we sent them to the bus and okay, the result was good. Some of them we had to really tweak to make the controller vibrate in the way we wanted it to.
We do all kinds of fun stuff. Health clinics, minesweeping, daycare, evacuations, weddings.
Yeah, or adding distortion or EQ to emphasize the frequencies that we're working. And finally, some sounds we just didn't manage to get a good result. So in this case, we designed actually a Wise Motion source.
And when we say Wise Motion source, what you mean is like authoring, vibration that would go alongside the sound, but that vibration is just more interesting.
But now I see you, and you're like a new element. I have never met anyone doing what you're doing. And we Greyhands gotta support new things.
They could make vibration that were more like the sound itself than the sound itself. So I mean, in an ideal world, we would have probably designed, wise motion source for every one of them, because it was actually what gave the best result. It was a lot of work.
We'll do anything to make the future better than the present. No big deal. We're trying to get new things going.
Whether it's patterns of vibration that are complementary to the sound, that, as you said, feel more like the sound sounds. That's definitely, it's an art form in itself.
Well, you get the idea. Go on and put that old gear to use. You can take my map of the valley too. I don't need it anymore. I'll be down to pick everyone up around midnight. See you then.